Okay, here we go. Doing the front brake line again. Here we go. We're gonna be changing out front brake line. Front brake line snapped right up in here. What happened was this bar hit the ground. It spun these handguards up. And this bracket here just cranked on this brake line until it snapped right here. So first thing we got to do is remove that and open this up a little, make sure that's drained. Cut these. Try to get this nice and level too. Oh, we can't. Nope, those aren't going anywhere. Got those cranked down. Loosen these a little. Oh, this one's gnarly. Okay, move that so I can get to this. Loosen this a little. The goal here is just to have this thing be as level as possible. Something like that, so that when we open it up, it's just a nice little swimming pool. Nice. Spray the juice on there. Put that right there. So you can see there's a little bit of brake fluid in there. Let's get that up out of there. Bleed kit. Just want to avoid the mess by getting this out of here. Oh man, this is starting to drip. Because I cracked it, it lost the vacuum and now it's dripping. Let's just get that on there. Get this paper towel up in there. All right, close enough. Nice clean brake fluid. This fluid is barely used because I just did this job last week and broke the line again. Same deal. I'm just putting it back in. I'm gonna reuse it. It's so new. If you object to that, well, you're on your own. I'm doing this job. Okay. I need some gloves. Now that we're handling brake fluid, let's put some gloves on. These gloves rule. Gorilla Grip, latex, or whatever the heck they're made out of, nitrile. But they're thick, so much better than standard synthetic gloves. So, now we just want to drain the brake fluid out of this line, so we got to crack this thing. So see, I got the front tire sandbagged to hold it reasonably steady there. It's annoying when that tire's flipping around, trying to flop all over the place. Actually, it'd be good to use a proper wrench for this because this thing it's torqued down pretty good. There we go. Catch can working very nicely. Just draining off the fluid in this line. And start snipping zip ties while we're down here. There's one here that's holding this line on. Turns out I can improve the way this is attached, so I'm actually kind of happy about going back in on this part. Go, one zip tie out. This is our speedometer here. We're gonna get rid of that. Gonna slide that thing out. Boom. All right, we got two washers here. There's an inner washer, an outer washer. Let's keep those both on there. Slap that back in temporarily. Keep this away from the wheel. Dry this stuff off. Clean it up. Let's just keep a rag on here as that continues to drain a little bit. This stuff's definitely savable, but I'm just gonna get rid of it. We'll just leave this in place just in case for other stuff. All right, now we can start working on detaching this line. So the speedometer's gotta come undone. So this little thing I found, once you push this little tab, it seems to just slide right apart. Boom, just comes apart kind of by itself once you hit that little tab. We gotta open this up. Ah, just a little dirt bike work therapy. It's nothing like working on the bike, you know? It's like when the bike breaks, it's not always a bad thing, you know? It's kind of fun to get in here and tinker on it. What is going on with this thing? This thing gets so stuck in here. Wow. Let's see what we got up top here. If I recall, I just have to do a couple of tabs. Move this thing away. And then this kind of moves up and off. It's really nice. I love how they rigged this here. It's so easy to work with. Just little hand snug rubber pieces, and it just lifts up and off. All right, so here, you can lose this zip tie. Careful not to cut the speedometer while I'm at it. All right. Now there's a couple of little OEM clips here that are, definitely want to save these. Just nice little clips. Open up. Boom. Let's put those in our stash bin down here. All right, now this thing can, one more plug, that's right, one more plug. This is the speedometer over in here. It's got one of these little tabs again. It's a little tab that's tough to get at with your fingernail or anything, but if you just jab it with a little tool down on that tab, and boop, slides right out. I'm just using a little Torx. And boom, our line is free. Just pull this up and out. Hopefully I don't get brake fluid all over everything. All right, the line is out. Let's just check it with, you know what, let's get rid of the, before I check it, I just want to get the speedometer out of it. Another zip tie here. So the speedometer will only feed one way out of this tube. And I believe it is, it's this way. So this way's got to go out. It's a bit of a hassle to get back in too, believe me. Boom, that slides out. All right, here's the old part. Here's the Speedo. Here's the new part. Let's make sure it's the same. It's looking good. Looking very identical, and I think you can even read the part numbers on it. GB16897, GB16897. All right, we're good. So let's get rid of the old one. Now this part's a little tricky. Feeding the speedometer through this new tube can be tough. Let's see what I'm going to try to do here. Let's see, this this part's going in the bottom, so this needs to run through here. But what happens is it tends to get binded up because this rubber coating on this line is kind of sticky. So it doesn't like being pushed down here too much. But it's actually handling it pretty well this time. This is better than the last time. There's a chance this could work. Possibly. Oh yeah. Come on, baby. Oh, now it's sticking. Ah, look at that. Came through. Last time I actually had to run a thread down here, like sewing thread, and pull it through because it got so jammed up. That was nice. Nice and easy. Try this all again. So much fumbling. I am not a pro by any means. Let's go. Come on. But I'll get in there and have some fun doing repairs on my bike like anyone else. Let's see, which side do I want to be out? Looks like the speedometer is on the outside and brake line's on the inside based on the radius of these. So you gotta flip this like this. Boom, slide her down. There, I think I like that. Let's just strap this thing on now. Whoop, we got juice. So at this point, it's obvious there's, you know, air in all the system. The line has air in it, the caliper has air in it, so it all comes down to the bleeding. But bleeding is fun when it goes right. Let's just hope that's gonna happen today. Let's torque this sucker on a bit. Whoa. Whoa, tell me that didn't just round off. Stupid adjustable wrench, why am I using this? Be using a real frickin' wrench. There we go. That's snug down there pretty good. Better get this ready. We're gonna be bleeding on this thing. So let's see. You know what? I'm gonna bleed everything and then zip tie everything at the end because I think that looks pretty good. Zip tie something like this. We gotta do the top. That's where we're at. Just peel this sucker off. We gotta get the old one out. Get this little guy loose. God, I'm so uncoordinated with tools, it's ridiculous. But I'll still get it done. Oh my Lord. Oh, try to do this the ugly way. Oh yeah. There we go. Gonna drip like crazy. All right, boom. Old one out. This junk, this goes in the garbage pile. New one in. Oh, you know what? Actually, I want to, I think I might be able to reuse the zip tie right here. Nah, you know what, screw it. I'm not reusing the zip tie. It's pointless. It's a freaking zip tie. It's gonna be like way more trouble for me than I need. Get that out of there. Come on. Oh, it's tedious. Fast forward. Believe me, you want to fast forward this. Fast forward it. All right, we're catching some resistance here. All right, torqued in, good enough. That was a 12. No, it was an 11. Let's move this back up into position here. Got this guy in. All right, brake shouldn't be dripping anymore. Now this guy follows this around and then breaks off, heads back down into here. Come on now. Come on now. Click. All right, it's in. All right, I think it's time to do some bleeding. All right, got this nice little setup here. Ooh, I am gonna need some zip ties, like this guy. Got some zip ties. Let's do some of these. Let's get the zip tie off. Let's try to get this thing on. This is ridiculous how hard this is. This is why you want silicone line, not vinyl like this. Vinyl does not stretch as much as you want. Oh, it's starting to work it out. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, get back in line. Oh no, the brake fluid starts getting on, it starts getting slippery. Stay on, stay on. Oh, that's looking good. Oh yeah. Ooh, she's on. She's on. She's on. I can't believe it. That was a lot easier than last time. Let's zip tie this sucker in place. You do not want these things falling off mid-job. Believe me. Not what you want. All right, boom. We got one on. The other one's gonna be going on here. All right, I got my little bleed rig. I'm just gonna crack this bleeder right now and do some suction. Try to suck through any that's on there. Any fluid that's like trapped up in there could be backing out here. There we go. And, wow, it's pretty dry. Yep, you can just hear that air coming out of the top. All right, well, let's do some bleeding. That's what I'll do. I'll do one fat syringe here, ready to go. And then I'll just get the other one primed up as well. So I can just do a quick swap over. There, that should be more than enough. So we're doing the reverse bleed on this, which makes all the sense in the world because air, as you know, goes up in liquid. So if you just push the liquid from the bottom up, it pushes up all the air with it. And it can dramatically simplify the process of pumping liquid out, trying to flush bubbles out the bottom, which doesn't make any real sense. So here we go. Boom. And here comes the juice. I want to make sure I'm not going to overflow the top. Nice, almost nothing in, still nothing in there. So we'll just keep pushing. Just keep pushing. Give it all this juice. Yeah. How's it looking up there? Still nothing. That's good. I know it takes more than one typically. Boom. All right, now, the key is not to get any air in this system. So I'm gonna pop this out. Whoa, oh man, it's flowing. That was sloppy. That was really sloppy, but hopefully it worked out. I see a little air here. You know what I'm gonna do here is actually do some sucking, suck the air back up out of caliper if there is any. And that should remove basically all the air in the system right there. Where now I can just fill her up. Uh-oh, still got an air bubble here. I wanna get rid of that. See, I think the air gets trapped in this system. So when you pump some fluid into it and then you suck it out, and that'll actually pull the bubbles from in here back out of here. You can pull those bubbles in here to the top of your system here. And now you have just pure liquid in here. So this little bubble, this little guy really wants to go back in. And he really wants to go in. What I can do is I can just do suction, so it's not gonna hurt anything. There we go. Get a few little straggler bubbles. Need all those out of there. Do a little more suction just to make sure it's looking pretty good. And you can hear the liquid's right up at the reservoir now. Oh yeah, and you can feel how firm it is to push now. It's like, oh yeah. We better check what it's looking like up there. Ooh, but you know what? We do not want to introduce any air into this thing. Oh yeah. We got quite a bunch of fluid in there. So let's see. What I'm gonna do now is lock this thing off. Let's see if these brakes will firm up. Oh, come on, thing. You're killing me. There's a problem. Just frickin' tighten this little thing. Ah, okay. It's now tight. Let's see how firm these brakes are feeling. Still pretty soft. But you know what? We need to do the flick technique here. It helps release a lot of little bubbles. Still feels pretty soft though, which means I'm gonna suck some of this out of there. Let's see, how am I gonna do this? I just wanna suck some fluid out of there so I can just pump more fluid through it. I'm gonna try to do this. I gotta hold these things together. Suck this up out of there. Okay, that'll give me a little more room. Gives me 6 milliliters to work with. Let's loosen it up. Ah, and now let's give it a clean 6. Oh yeah, 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 there. Snug that up. Okay. I'm hoping this should be good at this point. This really should be good at this point, but we'll see. We're gonna stash this right there. See how it's feeling. Yeah, good level in there. Yeah, it's feeling good. It feels right. It's nice and firm here. Cool, so it's bled. I just do this flick technique. Everybody seems to say this is a good idea, so you'll see some little micro bubbles pop up out of here sometimes, and it does tend to just firm it up that little bit more. But we're good, we're bled. You can feel there's, boom, nice wall right there. Definitely no air in there. Okay. Boom. It's looking good. Sure got no leakage. This is a pretty straightforward job, really. It's always a little nerve-wracking going into like a brake system, knowing you gotta bleed a hydraulic system, but as long as you go at it the right way, it's really not bad at all. This thing just feels rock solid now. Boom. Cool. Surroundings all looking nice. It's looking clean, fresh and clean. Boom. We're done. There it is. How to install a front brake line on a 2021 Husqvarna TE300i. Feeling great. Just gonna tighten down a few more things, we're done.